My wife said, "You're lucky I haven't left yet." So I packed her bags and showed her the way. I never thought the streets of Paris could feel so cold, even in the early days of spring. The café still hummed with life, the scent of fresh bread drifted from the boulangeries, and the Seine shimmered beneath the bridges. Yet inside my chest there was only silence. For years I had tried to convince myself that everything was fine, that love could survive neglect, but one evening her words cut deeper than any winter wind. I was lucky she hadn't left yet. I stood in the kitchen, staring at the half-finished bottle of Bordeaux, and realized she had already left me in every way that mattered. Her absence had been disguised as presence, her smiles painted on for friends, her laughter echoing for others but never for me. My heart no longer had the strength to beg for crumbs of affection. So I walked into our bedroom, opened the wardrobe, and began folding her clothes into a suitcase. Every shirt, every dress, every scarf seemed to whisper memories I had tried to preserve. A dinner in Montmartre when we were still young and fearless. A rainy night in Lyon when we shared one umbrella, drenched but laughing. A train ride to Marseille where we dreamed of a future that now seemed like a stranger's life. My hands shook, but they never stopped moving. I was no longer a prisoner of waiting. When the suitcase was filled, I placed it by the door. The sound of it hitting the wooden floor echoed through the apartment like the final toll of a bell. She looked at me in disbelief, as if I had stolen the script of her performance. For once, I did not crumble. I simply stepped aside, showing her the way out. The silence that followed was heavy, yet strangely liberating. The door closed, and the weight of years collapsed into a single breath of freedom. I sank into the old leather chair by the window and stared out at the lights of the Eiffel Tower shimmering in the distance. It was no longer a monument of romance but of endurance, reminding me that even iron can stand tall after storms. Days passed, and the emptiness of the apartment became my teacher. I wandered through Paris with new eyes. I watched artists painting by the Seine, children chasing pigeons in the squares, and musicians filling the metro with melodies. For the first time in years, I noticed life moving around me instead of dragging me along. I did not feel victorious, nor did I feel broken. I felt awake. Sometimes, freedom arrives not as a gift but as a consequence, not as a door opening but as one closing. I did not know what the future would bring, but I knew one thing with certainty. I had given her the way out, and in doing so, I had finally found my own.